So we'll try this again, won't we? Sorry about that. Don't know what was going on there, but sit back and we'll try the intro again. So hello, good evening, and welcome to VW Beetles at Oulton Park for the Charged Weeklies. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic night tonight. I was just having a wee look there as there's a little bit of chaos in the practice, so I just managed to sweep that by. It didn't happen. Hope you're all enjoying it. I know there's a couple of events on tonight, and with that, there has been a combination open and license split tonight, so we should hopefully see some good racing around here. It's going to be tight. We've been watching some of the practicing earlier on, and it was really good watching them getting quite close wheel to wheel action. The car itself is very, very similar to the Porsche RSR as well. Some of the people might have not watched the F1 from earlier on, so yeah. I don't know why James Livery's name's so long. We'll have a look at it later on just to see exactly what it's saying. But yeah, I've noticed that as well, where it doesn't fit in the box. So yeah, I think the problem with the F1, and if nobody's seen it, is it. I do apologise, but it's like it was kind of one of these things where you felt like something was going to happen. So the excitement was kind of building, but yeah, it was one of those ones. It was one of those ones. But like I said, it's if you needed a sleep, then you can chuck it on and do it. That's what happens with me with the practice for the F1 usually. So that's it. There is a little bit of a something exciting coming up later on today. So if you're around for that, we'll pop that on probably between one of the breaks. Just make sure no one said anything here. Oh, Tijben, I don't know if he's in the chat just now or if he's watching the not 24 hour race, but there is another endurance event on for one of the other communities today. So we have lost some of the other drivers that are representing Charged as well. So it's going to be exciting to see how that pans out as well. But like I said, for you guys tonight, the V-dubs are going to be really, really close. I think there has been Hawkworth already in the 38s. Dario, who is not in the lobby yet. Where is he? Yes, he is. Sorry, I just got the other name as well. He's been in the 38s. And Toxic also in the 38s. So these are our godlike times. And then there is the rest of the mere mortals following behind. Ren, who has picked the car combo. So if anyone doesn't like it, then please, please, please DM him, let him know your thoughts, and he'll hopefully do better. Next week should be a good one as well with the Civic. I think I'm looking forward to that one. I might be commentating for another community, but we'll just have to see how things pan out. Oh, Rage Panda, CPU 99%. Oh, hopefully he'll be alright. Oh, Kartoska. Would be good to see you driving in this week. Oh, it's such a shame. I think the hearts of everyone went out after the running out of fuel. But yeah. So if that's the end of practice, we'll be nipping into qualifying right after this. And we're actually kind of on time. I'm as surprised as everyone. I hope that everyone's going to be good. The deltas will hopefully sort themselves out as well. It does seem to be something that I don't know if it's my machine or everyone's machine, but it's certainly frustrating when you see that everyone's setting fastest laps. But can see sometimes these are understeering a lot and just giving them just a bit of a handful. Shiny waffles. Also kind of out and about. We will get a look at some of the skins. There's a cracking Herbie skin. I can't remember who's running that one, but we'll have a look. I think it's not Mako. It's not Stefan. It's not Boz. It's definitely not Ren. It could be... No, it's not Patrizi. But we'll have a wee look. It is an iconic moment now. So we shall hopefully catch some of the cars coming in. Just the joys of trying to do this on a single screen. I think that would be, if I could get something through the door, it would be another monitor so that I can actually do it. I've tried to do it through the Miracast on my laptop, but it just seems to melt down my laptop anytime I try it. So that's this doesn't seem to be an option. Get out and get in a better position for looking at these. Cracking livery, very off the era for Patrizi there. And we and they think they've kind of jumped around. It is the wait time, so that's what's happening here. The spec skins as well, looking awesome. Great job. I think it was James who isn't commentating with me today. He is racing in a pure white Beetle. So I don't know if he's maybe made a skin and it's not been put in on time. So there could be something there, or something else. Hawkworth as well. And here we go. This is the one I was talking about, the Herbie skin, which looks awesome. And we'll just trying to get this in a better position. There will be a little bit of drone cam at some point, no doubt, because I can't help myself. Oh, I love the detail in the Bogdan's skin there. Like I said, I don't know which ones they've made themselves and which ones have been pre-downloaded. Like I said, this one definitely off the kind of time. Very, very 80s. Even has Unipart there as well. And again, the spec skins coming through. Droop Tex with his Oreo. One of these weird things that I saw the other day was that anytime Oreo comes out with an even bigger stuffed Oreo, there's a market crash. It's just one of these weird things that happens. Shiny waffles with a monster juice. Looks awesome, actually. And then everything else is going to be out of sync. I don't know. I'm assuming that's something about not banging it at the back of them, but nice clean design on that. Looking good. iOS Rage. Echo. Boz. There's Boz's one there. World map round that. That's awesome. We're going to have to start doing liveries of the week and getting votes on them. Toxic as well. So I think if I've missed anyone out, then I do apologise. Let me know in the chat and we can go back and check. But I'm going to just pop the auto cam back on so that we can just kind of have a look. We've got 20 minutes of qualifying and then the race. No, that's the monster one, right? Okay. I don't know. I'm just winging this, Pika. This is just what happens every week. Yes, it was a number 9 on Stefan's car. And he is. It's even liveried as number 9 as well. So it's too German even for Daskari. Fantastic. So we should be seeing some of them coming round onto their fast lap. We'll jump on with Dario and we'll get a better camera angle. And for some reason the auto cam has disappeared, which is fantastic. Oh, can't even. Oh, there it is. It's in the corner of the other screen. There we go. Right, so we'll stick on with Dario. We'll have a jump inside. And we'll just see how things are doing. We're not running the chicanes today. This should make things really, really interesting, especially coming into round here. Up Clay Hill and under the footbridge to the water tower. I should know all the corners off the top of my head by the amount of time that I spent putting them all in. But some of them aren't there. Warwick Bridge and then Lodge Corner. That's it. And then Deer Leap. Stefan's livery. I'll jump back on it in a second. We're just watching Dario coming over to cross the line, see what sort of lap time he's putting in. And a 39, so he's already pretty fast. But he'll definitely be looking to get into the 38s. We'll just jump on with Stefan, who's going a little bit slow. Looks like he's coming just out the pits there. And he's just thinking, oh, what a gentleman. Waiting until everyone's passed before getting back out there. All clear to go. And he'll probably, that looks like it's just a customs, not custom, a spec skin that's coming around there. Shiny waffles crossing line. Let's see where this puts him. maybe a dirty lap that he's been on, but nonetheless on a fast one now. Back on with Dario. Well, Pika, you should be racing. If you wanted to use your number, you should have been in here. I don't know what it says on the back. We'll need it translated. I don't know if I want to know what it says on the back either, just in case. Patrese already starting to find some good pace as well. I know you are, Pika. I know you are. James as well doing a pretty solid job. I think it's going to be quite a good battle between Ren and James today. No matter where they end up, I think they should be kind of rubbing door handles together. Just as I say that, James is kind of ducked off the track a wee bit there. Don't be afraid. Right, okay. Thanks, Daskari, for translating. Don't be afraid. Doo-doo will do. So that's the doo-doo is the name of the car. Oh, I didn't even realise we had a lesser spotted Zeif in here as well. So we'll see how he gets on today. Oh, Perla setting a good time up into second place, knocking Dario down a little bit. The leaderboard seems to be kind of having a little bit of a moment to itself as Shiny Waffles bit the grass. It's going to be a real interesting one with it being a mixed lobby today, so it'll be a chance for some of the guys who are in the open split to really show what they're capable of and also how clean they are. Focus on the clean. It might not happen, but we'll see. We'll see. It's always relaxed. I mean, at the end of the day, the guys are in, they do the race, and then after it's finished, it's not a series. It's not too major. I don't think this week there's been a huge amount of practice. As I know even Ren, whose choice it was, is kind of, and he's not practiced as much as what I think he would have liked to. So we'll see how things do. Same with Patrese as well. He was saying that he didn't practice as much. But we'll see. We'll see how things work out. But there's absolutely just over half a second between the top five. Yeah, I think there's definitely an opportunity, Pika, for good boy points in this, or good person points in this one, as again, it's to get that license, you don't have to be the fastest. I can vouch for that, because I'm slow. I think Stefan would like to see himself further up. Boz just slightly ahead of him at the moment. Let's see, Bogdan out in front of James. So things could still change all around. Is there, all the people in the chat, is there anyone that you've got your eyes on for coming out in top? Just as we say that, there's Toxic, so you first one in for Toxic. So that's pretty good. I'm also quite glad if somebody gets into 37 seconds, then that's going to ruin my predictions for the godlike times for the transfer that I did. Better time for Stefan. 41's gained a couple of positions. Alan not too far away from him. I don't know what's happening with Boz. been shown as being red for quite a while. He is now rock and rolling as we get a big slide going around to turn 1. I think that was Can there. Not good for his lap times, but good for the stream. And I can just see Hawkworth just pipping Toxic. I think this could be a really, really good battle. And as we were saying earlier on, watching some of the guys going around doing a practice race, and it was really, really close. They were really good battling going through, and I think we should be seeing some really close action down through Cascades and along Lakeside. So I think that's going to be an exciting part of the track. And I think going into Lodge Corner, from my experience, is I always find that corner really, really tricky. Oh, and I think that was either... Was that James? It was James. Getting in all sorts of bad shape as Hawkworth sets a personal best, a 138.5, and he is looking hot to trot today. As Patrizi is he going to get a little bit faster? He's slightly faster up in the 4th. Dario's capable of 38. And he'll be looking to just push a bit more as well. But that time from Hawkworth is really hot. Just under 10 minutes to go for the quali, and it will be good. Oh, there we go. It's somebody's... I think that's Ryan putting his money on Perilla. It could all go, yeah, it could all go upside down in turn 1, but then we do have the second race. And my phone has, for some reason, decided to try and set an alarm, which was fantastic. Great. So there we go. Zeif in 19th place at the moment. He'll be desperately trying to get a little bit further up, but I think with these Beetles, they are not the kind cuddly Herbie that we all know and love. I think it's more likely to throw you in a ditch than it is to like do a grind along a guardrail. So just as we've got Zeif coming around, some of the cameras not in ideal locations. So we'll kind of do our best and just see how things are looking. There we go, Zeif coming out the pits again. And we'll just see where... Toxic. Let's try and jump on with him and see how things are looking. Has he got enough? Hawkworth leaving the pits again, not quite content with his 38.5. Really desperate to hang on to this pole position. And again, it's still only a second for the top 5. Ren somehow managing to pull a bit more time out the bag, and he has jumped all the way up into 6th. And these can be a bit of a handful. On the base setup, they are quite understeery, but with a little bit of tweaking, they can get some decent rotation on them. And it's just trying to keep a nice, steady lap going round, but there is a reason I'm commentating. And that is because I can't drive. And he's really, really tidy coming up through Deer Leap. It should just be the start of his lap. I think he just went just slightly faster there. And he's going to try again. So 6 minutes left to quali. Mako moving up into 11th. And things looking kind of around about what you'd expect. There's a lot of licensed drivers way down the field. So this is going to make for a really, really good race. Oh, and there's a car stopped in the middle of the track and toxic. I think that was a bit of a Code Brown moment there for him. So he is back to the pits for maybe a wee change, and then hopefully he'll be back out again, as he's still got enough time to attack. As we are watching Shiny Waffles getting all out of shape. And just coming into Lodge Corner again and starting another lap. A great view of that pillar there. I don't think we're going to see huge changes, but there's definitely a couple of guys out there that are going to be, or that should be a little bit faster. Droop Tech's doing well to get into the one just under the 142s as well. So, oh, a bit of a slip there. Droop Tech's good gain there, up into 13th. Oh, and the Shiny Waffles just not quite having that good a time. Really kind of struggling to get the best out of the car at the moment, but hopefully things will get there. Rage still having a bit of lag issues. Pika's just made a point there, just saying that the license are further back. They're all slow in the staff team. There has been a lot of work going on in the background at Charged, so fingers crossed. And I have finally been coerced into also putting my hat in the ring as one of the staff members at Charged as well. I think it's more so for all the commentary side of things, with just the work we're doing. There's some of the things happen behind the scenes that I'll ask about, and it's already been sorted, so now I know. And I can change it from inside. So if there's anyone with any secret plans to take over the world, let me know. We can do it. And Patrese just got a little bit faster as well. I think he'll be quite happy with getting up into 5th place just now. I think Ren will be a little bit disappointed with 6th. I think this was his choice. And I think James in 9th, I think he was kind of saying he'd be happy with a kind of midfield finish, but he's a greedy bugger, as our James, and he'll be looking to try and win. So hopefully Rage's internet issues will have been sorted out. Shiny Waffles, from what I can remember, he can be pretty quick, so we'll have a quick look at how he's getting on, because he's still out on track, and fingers crossed they can get a good, decent lap in. I said it is not as easy a combo as you would think. The cars can be a bit of a handful, but they are really, really good fun. This is one of the reasons that the chicanes were taken out, just to try and keep it going as fast as possible and not having these kind of pinch points. And again, he's just getting a little bit tripped up coming through there. And is it going to be enough? He's definitely faster than what he was. Oh no, he might not be. This might just be his chance to restart again. That looks like the Delta's gone absolutely bananas. So yeah, I think definitely the DTM line round there. And I don't know who that is behind. Yeah, Toxic. Oh, just about. But Hawkworth still holding on to the top position there. As we can see, even the licensed staff members still struggling. Zeif and Stefan really close. Don't know if this lap's going to count for Shiny Waffles. Just under 30 seconds to go. And I don't think we are going to see any huge changes, but we've got a big train of cars coming around here behind Bogdan. I think this might just be the camera angles are a bit hard to tell what's going on. Let's see if this one's any better. Look at the crowd. Crowd looking ecstatic. This one feels really far away. And that is qualification over. Just a couple of cars left to finish. So Redshift just coming up to the final turn. Oh, sorry, final turns, as we've got Lodge and Deerleap, which is also considered just a slight turn just before the start finish line. We'll see if he's able to gain any positions here, if he's going to still remain in 8th place. Is it enough? Oh, and he's still in 8th place. James also on a lap. Is it going to be enough? He's still got a fair bit to go. Oh, and he's really pushing the limits of the man and machine there. Looking quite tidy, coming around there. Not too greedy. And there should be enough time. He's going to be close just to getting a little bit faster, but he's still 0.3 off Redshift, if the delta's correct. Where's this going to put him? It's going to be tight. Oh, and he's not gained anything there, so a little bit unlucky, but hopefully he'll be feeling a bit more confident for the race. And Shiny Waffles again, really having a hard time. I've kind of feel like I've got a lot of support for Shiny Waffles there. Oh. Sorry, Pika, I think I pressed the wrong button because it's in Dutch. But yeah, it's easy for the car to bite you in the backside. So, just a couple of minutes before we get into the race. Let's see, I think we're going to have... Are we just getting straight in the race, or is it a quick break? We shall find out very shortly. Oh, I don't know if Niels is listening to this on his way back home, but hopefully you'll be on at some point, even just watching the stream. I hope you enjoy it. And qualifying, yeah, we're going to have a quick break, so while that's happening, I'm going to get a quick drink of juice. And then we should be ready for the start of the race. So while that's going on, I will just quickly play the intro. So, just while we wait for the race to start, we've still got another couple of minutes. I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan. Beetle's looking really, really sick on the grid there. Really, really cool model. You'll be able to get the link to download from ourselves. It does directly up. It is a Settleland. Need to be careful to make sure it is the right one, but you'll be able to find the details on our Discord at discord.me/charged. And still just a couple of minutes. So I think it's still going to be tight today. I don't think it's going to be quite as easy as everyone thinks it's going to be, because again, all it takes is just a little bounce off the track. You saw Toxic fast, but there has been a couple of times where he has just kind of caught the grass or caught a curb and it's chucked him out. Same with Dario. So it's not a given that the guys in the lead are going to be able to cross the line. And then obviously we've got our reverse grid race, and although they're quick, it could be quite hard to pass. It's just going to be taking your time, just kind of like managing it properly and just finding a nice way around them. But anything could happen today. Like I said, for me, I just want to see some good, clean racing. Just as we're seeing Can just testing how he's things. I think you should be okay, like using the clutch in this, just as long as you've only given yourself like a couple of seconds. I think if you held the clutch in from the 10-second point, it might start rolling, so you could have a little bit of a problem. I think it depends on the model of the track as well. But yeah, it does look like there is a slight incline there. Oakworth as well has also got a kind of Davy Linus, Mazspin, Spiker. Yeah. Hawkworth and James have managed to break the break Assetto Corsa. Thanks, guys. So the lights are just getting ready to come on, and then we'll be good to go. So all the lights are on, and they're go, go, go. Big kind of drops, and Hawkworth didn't look like he got as great a start as the Herbie car is up into second place. Oh, some interesting lines there. Patrese gaining a position. Up into third. Things looking relatively tidy. Redshift and James fighting hard further back. Flat Earth Mum managing to gain a couple of positions there. Looks like Redshift has lost out big time. And as predicted, Ren and Flat Earth Mum fighting real hard for that position as Patrese looked like he was getting a move about pulled on him. Oh, and Rage is off the track at Shell Oil's corner. Hopefully we'll be able to get turned round and keep going again. We do have another race after this, so it's not over, and it is just more about experience. Oh, and Toxic way off onto the grass there, allowing Bogdan through. Oh, Iwis, it looks like he's off onto the grass, losing out a lot of positions there. Hawkworth, though, absolutely blinding first lap, half a second ahead as we're coming round just for the last couple of corners. But Dario really, really late on the brakes and gaining a lot of time. Just as we're watching them cross the start-finish line. Dario really, really hassling Hawkworth in front. Making the most of all the track. And a little bit more. But I think that's a tradition of the old Old Hall corner. Oh, and again, you can just see them clatting the curbs, really, really pushing super hard. Patrizi just a second off Dario now. Oh, a little bit of a screen freeze. Hopefully everything's alright. The stream looks okay. Ah, perfect. Yeah, lucky you'll be able to get the car from the Discord there. Trying to multitask here is hard. Bogdan still hanging on. There's just about a second away. It looks like Perilla is really close on to Toxic as well. We might hopefully see a move. Time Lord Spiral's had a bad time as well. Rage managing to gain a position. Alan, oh, it looks like we've just missed a little bit of some shenanigans going on there as well. Alan losing out to Zeif as well. And Red Serpent. And Stefan also on the hunt. See a wee train forming up behind Bogdan as Toxic and Perilla are closing in. And Dario not letting Hawkworth completely out of sight yet. As Hawkworth setting the fastest lap of the race so far. This is going to be quite an intense race. Oh, and a big slide from Bogdan there. Is he going to lose out along Lakeside? I think Toxic should have him. It's going to be an awkward turn. Bogdan having to come off, having to stay off the grass there. Otherwise, that would be a definite send into the tyres. He's managing to just fend off Perilla at the moment, but will it be enough to keep him at bay as they come up to Hilltop? Droop Tex has gone off as well. He's lost a lot of positions there. Oh, this is great watching them side to side. Oh, Bogdan just losing out, but Perilla still hunting down Toxic in front. A little bit of work to do, and I tell you what, Bogdan's not making it easy for him. Oh, and he's just dipping a wheel onto the grass. Did really well to control that. Really, really well, as we're just seeing. Oh, and James dropping a couple of positions, but looks like he's fighting hard with Ren. Oh, and just a little love tap on his back end. We'll see if Ren will return that love later on. Hawkworth still in the 139s, not quite cracking into the 138s yet, but still definitely top chops at the moment. Oh, and it looks like Redshift out of shape going into turn one, lucky to hold it. Oh, and Spyro is had a wee spin, just getting back underway again. And Zeif is doing it really well, managing to claim another position. It does look like James has had a little bit of a problem though. Oh no, and he was absolutely terrified of this happening. Is he going to manage to keep out the tyres? And he does. He does keep it out the tyres. And he'll get back underway, and he'll just be trying to make a bit of a recovery drive just to try and get himself into a decent position for the next race. Patrizi doing really well, get up into third. He has got Toxic, who's not quite breathing down his neck yet, but he's definitely going to be on his back pretty soon, as he's got a lot of pace round here. Dario is not letting go of Hawkworth quite yet, but I think Hawkworth has definitely got a little bit more in the tank if need be. Iwis and Mako. A lot of cars coming around this bit. Good group. And I was just seeing a good defensive placement from Mako there, as Iwis managing to take a wider line and getting good drive out, getting by him for dearly. can also see Stefan, he'll be looking to try and claim that 13th place. We are getting some gaps now forming, but Toxic closing up fast on Patrese. And also Dario has managed to bring the gap down below a second to Hawkworth in front, so we'll be hoping that he can get within a striking distance, get some close battles on, and see some positions getting swapped around a bit. Let's see, who is Ren doing well in 8th, but that cheeky wee Scythe, he's closing them down as well. He's having a belter of a race so far. He's put the qualifying to bed and he is absolutely flying. He is getting chased down by Alan behind, who did look like I had a wee off earlier on. So we've got a little bit of a train forming. And Dario now within half a second. And Toxic really closing up on the back of Patrese as well. And Perilla with the fastest lap. Ryan definitely having those good feelings about Perilla earlier on. Toxic now, is he going to make a move into Cascades? He's trying to go around the outside, but he might get a good drive out. And he might be able to get a run on Lakeside. Yes, he is. It does look like he's closing. Oh, this is going to be so close. He's backed out. But Perilla not backing out. And he is all over the back of Toxic. This could be a little bit of a godsend for Patrese in front. He might be able to just kind of relax a bit as Toxic has to defend. Dario now losing time to Hawkworth. It looks like he's just managed to get back into a better swing. Iwis looks like he is off the track. Shellow's corner did well to recover and get going again, because that could be a nightmare trying to get going. From back on with Toxic coming round. He's still really hassling. Oh no, Scythe's DNF'd. Oh, his shonky internet strikes again. What a shame. Oh, Scythe. You're going to have to do something about that. Oh, and he's Toxic's left the door wide open for Perilla. He's put a foot in the door. Is it going to be enough? He's trying to sell you some dish towels, but it's not enough. He's managed to kick his foot out, and his door slammed for the time being. He's still knocking though. He is still knocking. I think this is going to be a little bit to watch, but I don't think there's anything too drastic. At the moment, we're focusing on the battle for third. There is other guys getting a bit closer. Red Serpent getting right onto the back of Alan as well. But I'm really not wanting to lose anything here, because there's a lot happening. Just about 9 minutes to go in this race. In fact, bang on 9 minutes when I actually said it. Whew. The last 5 minutes have just flown by. There's so much going on. Oh, Patrese just getting out of shape, but God, he's done really well to hold it. He's going to lose that position to Toxic. And he's just hard on the brakes, and there's contact. Oh, Patrese and Toxic coming together. What a shame. They were doing so well, battling really hard, but that is one's loss is another's gain, as Perilla is up into third position. And he has got some clear air. Dario now with a 38.5 and closing that time down on Hawkworth. So he is on a mission. 8 minutes to go. Alan setting a personal best within that sort of train of cars. Toxic and Patrizzi not doing too badly. They're in 6th and 7th, so they'll be looking to just try and get back into the running again. Really unfortunate. I think we could kind of see what was going to happen from a little bit further back. Sometimes a bit harder when you're in the car and you've got the red mist and you just want to try and get in front of somebody. Droop Tex looks like he could be lining up for a wee move on Mako here, but it's a tricky part of the track because it's so easy just to miss that braking part zone and end up running on a little bit too much, or just catching a bit of the grass and spinning the car around. But doing well and taking the sensible option just to sit behind. And again, because there's no chicanes here, you get such a good run. If you can keep close, you might be able to pass them going into Knickerbrook. Alan still battling hard with Ren. I think James will be a little bit disappointed with being back in 16th, but he did well not to totally stick it in the tyres. We'll switch on to Dario because things could be getting a little bit spicy up front. Oof, and you can just see Hawkworth really pushing hard. Dario unfazed. Man of Steel. And just look at them there. Just nice kind of slide through Cascades. And will this Herbie win it? Is this going to be the Disney finish that always happens? Or will it just be on the scrap heap? Yeah, I think that's going to be... they'll look at it and decide. But yeah, I think that one's looking a bit of a penalty. Hawkworth still doing really well to just keep Dario at bay. Alan swapping positions with Ren, up in 8th place. Just having a wee look just to see. Perilla's looks like he's shaving a little bit of time off Dario in front. But the guys are doing really, really well. That was a really nice slide. Definitely not the fastest through there as he's lost 0.4. But good for the stream. I think up to that point he was going faster around there than Hawkworth, so we'll drop a wee bit further back as Toxic is really closing up fast on Redshift. I think this is going to be really exciting for the second race as well. Oh, Redshift really out of shape. And he's actually lucky that he's managed to end up facing the right way. He's back underway. And already Alan and Ren all over the back of him. Ren opting to take a wider line to try and keep the speed up, but is it going to be enough to get by Alan? Not this time. Oh, Alan taking a... Oh, Ren having a bit of a spin there. And he's got nobody to blame but himself as he chose this. Maybe he was just missing James. Maybe he just wanted to have another wee battle with him, as they are 15th, 16th respectively. But I don't think they'll get much of a battle. They'll need to save that for the next round. And here we go, Mako getting by. Ren already back up into 14th. And he'll need to be careful because his tyres will be pretty roasted after that spin. It looks like Oh, Stefan's gone off the track. Really, really hard car to drive round here. Or it's easy to drive it round, but it's just kind of keeping it on the limit all that time, which the guys in front, Hawkworth and Dario, been doing an absolutely amazing job. Perilla as well, getting up into third, absolutely smashing. And we'll be hoping that we're going to have more of this excitement for the second race, because this 20-minute race has gone by so fast. Dario again closing the time on Hawkworth, but we'll wait and see if it gets within half a second, and then we'll jump back to them. They do look like they might actually lap somebody. Yep, that's Boz, who's not been having a particularly good evening so far, but again, we've got the second race. Anything can happen. iOS behind Ren, and Ren does look like he's pulling away from him. He's trying to get some positions back. We'll just see how things pan out here. Oh, Hotworth's putting a 138 in there, just managing to keep that distance away from Dario. Things looking really, really tidy so far. And I think we might have 2 laps to go. Maybe, maybe not. It's one of those ones. Oh, Boz has had a nightmare, yeah. I don't know if Zeif's watching the stream just now, but if you are, sorry that you ended up dropping out. I'm assuming it's your internet that was a problem. But hopefully you'll get that sorted soon. And at least you didn't take anyone with you. That's just checking on a couple of things just to see what was happening. Yeah, Rage having a problem with his internet as well, so that's really, really unfortunate with these guys, but unfortunately we just have to treat it like a mechanical failure. As there is, this is the final lap that Hawkworth's on. And I thought he was going to not quite do it. Dario might be lucky though, because again we have seen some interesting things happening on the weeklies with cars. As Kurtoska can definitely testify to that. I think Ren is really, really close with iOS. Oh no, he's not. He's just... Oh, Ren! What's going on, buddy? He must be saving himself for the second race. That's exactly what he'll be doing. That's all tactical. Definitely all tactical. iOS all over Mako in front. He'll be looking to try and squeeze him a little bit coming around into Shell Oils, but he might just be too far back for that. Looks like everyone's pretty well spaced at the moment. Dario still keeping Hawkworth honest all the way to the end. Absolutely amazing display from these guys. Oh! That was a cheeky wee look up the inside from Dario there, and it was a little bit of a slip from Hawkworth. Oh, fantastic stuff there. Good win from Hawkworth. And we'll just watch the rest of the guys finish off here. Perilla in third, Bogdan in fourth, Toxic in fifth, And Patrese just following round in 6th. I think Toxic and Patrese will be a little bit annoyed with each other, but they've got the second race here. They'll be able to pull things back. That was Boz finishing in 19th. Redshift, Red Serpent and Allen. And is this Mako? It is Mako, followed by Stefan. And Hypnotic. Ren, Droopdex and Iwis. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a cracking race. As we've got James coming over in 16th. Shiny Waffles. It's a good skin. It's nice and easy to see that one. That's what we like as part of the commentary side of things. And we're just waiting for Can to cross the line. And then we'll be on to the next one after a short break. There we go, there's Can. Fantastic stuff. It was quite clean, Gavino. I'll just be 2 seconds. This is a good time as I'm getting a phone call. So I'm just going to pop on the intro and we'll see you for the next race. Hi James, how you doing? How was that race for you?
Not good. My brake was stuck on, and I was
And we're back. Just in time for the start. Yeah, I think I wasn't expecting James to jump in and join, so it's not a surprise now if you heard him.
Hello, Twitch. Yeah, sorry, I had some issues. My brake pedal was stuck on, and I tried to reset it in between sessions. And I know that if you quit before the session ends, like it times out, then you lose your reverse grid place. And I didn't want to start at the back because I wanted to have some fun up the front. And I loaded back in inside Bogdan's car, which is kind of a common AC glitch. When you load back in, it spawns you inside someone else's car rather than where you were. So I didn't want to ruin anyone's race, so I decided to sit this one out and join Tommy in the booth. It was a lot of fun on track. I'd like to be on there, but you know,
Yeah, I think
it is
well,
what it is.
it's good timing because we've only got about 10 seconds, so the lights should just be about to go out. The auto cam is off, and we are on board with Bogdan. Not Bogdan, Boz. And we'll just have a wee look down with the drone camera as well as they're all coming by. Off relatively clean. Boz getting a nice clean run into turn one. We'll have a wee. Oh, I think I saw somebody spinning further back. Yeah, there's definitely a few cars. Oh no, Perilla and Stefan. Oh, what a shame. Boz, though, doing pretty decent job at the moment. Big brain strategy coming last in the first race. Oh, I was taking him around the outside at the shallow corner. Is he going to do it? Oh, and he's been muscled. Those Welsh elbows, really sharp. How did you find that part of the track, James?
Oh, I love the track. It was fantastic, and it's keeping this car kind of on the road is quite hard because the front tires do get really cold, and it's just you've got to keep wrestling the wheel. But I was going for it here.
He's really going for it. Ren as well. Ren desperate to get a higher finish.
Yeah, Ren and I were both really quick in that first race, but I think they had a couple of problems due to not doing very much practice. And definitely, either of those guys would be a really good shout for the reverse grid.
Oh, bag off there from, I think that was Ren, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
God.
and he's getting eaten up now.
Yeah. Oh, Stefan having a terrible time down to 19th and off the track.
Toxic is already up to 9th, having a good start on the reverse grid race. He's managed to get ahead as Redshift.
Oh,
Hawkworth's
Redshift.
off as well.
Oh, and it looks like Hawkworth. Tangled up with Hawkworth there as well. Oh, nightmare. Toxic will be relieved. And Dario
Just
up
playing
in
into Toxic's
8th.
hands. This might help Toxic out in the little mini championships they are. Of course, he I think he was denied his win by Patrese in the last race, so this will help him out for the mini championship, getting back up that grid nice and quickly ahead of Dario and Hawkworth and his other rivals.
Yeah, I've got Patrese doing a really, really good job here.
Has a little spin.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of a mixed bag. He's really spun. Oh, right at the bottom of Cascades. Horrible place to spin.
Off as well through the fast sweeper, putting Patrese up into second.
Oh no,
place
and he's
already.
in the tyres.
Will admit I did that too during the first race.
He managed to keep it out the tyres.
Iris now has a 2.5 second lead in first place. Patrese not too far behind, and Ren's hanging on in third place. Though Toxic is already up to 4th and quickly on Ren's heels.
This could. It's such a spicy race. It really is. It's just so good to watch.
These cars are really fantastic for racing as well. I had a lot of fun in the first race battling Ren and Redshift until I ran out of talent.
It's amazing watching. It was Hawkworth and Dario when they were getting quite close, just dropping wheels on the grass, but still managing to hold it. Patrese as well managed to drop a wheel, or drop it quite badly and get it all out of shape, but still managed to keep control of it. So it's hairy but possible. Ren and Toxic fighting hard behind for third place.
Yeah, I imagine Toxic's going to try and get a run up the hill and have a look into turn 1 and turn 2 here. Turn 2 is a nice opportunity to get alongside and brake if you can get the inside there.
And Patrese a little bit faster than I was in front of him, but still quite a
Toxic
margin.
has a run on Ren now going into turn 2. Is he going to make a move on the inside? Ren's covering to the inside really hard here.
That's it, super defensive mode.
I found it was quite easy to defend with these cars if you take the inside line, but Toxic is really getting on him now.
There is a fear that somebody's just going to send it, but I think thankfully we didn't see too many kind of.
Oh,
We
Ren's
say,
having to
oh,
fix it a little bit.
I was just wondering if he was going to maybe try and get around the outside, but not quite there.
Yes,
Hawkworth and Dario fighting hard again as well.
Dario's closing up on Red Serpente here. Ooh.
Oh, flying past them, just catching the overtake as it happens. Who's going to break first?
Oh, that's a really nice move from Dario. He's going to hold that, I think. If he can just get ahead.
Oh, squeaking by there.
That was a really nice move from Dario, I think, up to 5th place.
I think he's really, really found his niche with this car this week. Maybe it's the skin.
I was going to say, though, when is Dario ever not fast? He's always super on it with these weeklies. He's got such impressive lap times.
There we go. Oh, Patrizzi now finding his way into the 139s. Fastest lap of the race so far. We do know that they've got faster laps in them. Oh, Toxic. Is he going to make a move on Ren this time? He's trying to squeeze his way up the inside. Oh, and he's found the grass.
I will say, from experience, Ren is one of the absolute hardest guys to overtake. He defends harder than absolutely anyone, and he's definitely caught Toxic out there.
Oh, and Toxic taking a long road back on, but a safe rejoin nonetheless.
Yeah, this has interesting implications for the mini championships day. I'm not quite sure who's going to win at the moment. Everyone's quite out of place at the moment.
Oh, and huge spins going on. Mako just avoiding the tyres there and Hypnotic. Coming off worst, losing a lot of positions, but Shiny Waffles might be able to gain something there. Red Serpent just trying to keep up with Hawkworth. I think he might have just lost the position though, but oh, you can just see Hawkworth bouncing through Knickerbrook up Clay Hill as they go round the water tower.
I will say the gap between Iris and Patrizzi is now under a second. Patrizzi is slowly reeling him in. Iris is doing a great job holding off. Again, jumping in with zero practice. It's amazing how some of these guys just have such amazing ability they can do that. But Patrizzi is slowly reeling him in.
It's sickening. It really is sickening.
Of course, Patrizzi was another driver who did pretty much no practice. He's banging out 39s like it's nothing.
Now he'll just have to pick his moment to get by, because it looks quite awkward. Like you don't, because they're so evenly matched. Well, they are evenly matched because it's all the same car. Come on, Tommy. But coming along Lakeside, it doesn't seem to be. I would have thought you would have got a better run if you kind of got a good run out. Oh, and just as I say that, oh no! I was
the leaders are taking each other out.
Patrice have kept together. What a shame! Oh, and he's collected someone else.
But this puts Ren up 76 into the league with Dario now in second place. Oh, such a shame for Iris and Patrizzi.
Oh, Patrizzi's never going to want to drive again. This has happened too often to him. What a shame!
Unfortunately, this car can get a bit squirrely if you get on the grass and you hit the brakes. The brake bias is quite real on this car. And of course, the engine being in the back, it does like to go round. But now Ren is having to fight off Dario for the lead right now. Dario's closed right up during that discourse as Ren is just flying over the curbs.
Yeah. I think if Ren can just kind of keep his head and not get too excited about being in the lead, then he might be able to hold them off. But I think...
Oh, and Ren's gone off too. Dario is now in the lead. Ren just, I think, over-defended there and took it to a cute line. That's now put him down to third. Hawkworth is back up to second.
Tell you what, he's been quite lucky to take that bounce off the tyre wall to get back going again. Patrizzi not doing too badly there. He's managed to get back going in 7th. But a gaggle of cars forming behind Ren. As we've got Toxic closing them down. Just having a car revving in the background there. It's probably my one actually. Oof, Perilla round the outside of Cascades. That was a great overtake.
Yeah, Perilla's
Up
only
into
going to get
fifth.
faster as the race goes on. Again, he's another one of these drivers who is incredibly fast as soon as he gets in the car, and he only gets quicker.
Oh, Iwas has spun again. He's back into the pits. I think he might be calling it a day, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
disconnected. Yeah, it's
What a
been a
shame.
tough day for him.
It's definitely it's a risk reward car, and just sometimes it's you can drive it quite flat and not be that quick with it, but to get those really fast times, you have got to be really risky with it. You've got to let it slide, and it's just it can really bite you, as Pika has said many times.
Car, the tyres get really cold as well, and then you lose with the front grip. Talking about sliding, I'm just watching Hawkworth right now absolutely fly over the curbs and drifting the car. I know he was saying in the voice chat that through certain corners it's quite quick to actually drift the car through, and he's really chucking it in. And the gap is slowly coming down between him and Daryl. It's relatively stable, but definitely one to watch within the coming minutes.
Yeah.
The Ren train
Oh
is in full force
and we've
right
got
now.
another spin further back. Alan and Drooptex is alright. Redshift. Alan and Jet. That corner just seems to be catching folk out before Warwick Bridge.
Oh, there is a huge train of about 5 cars now behind Ren for that final podium place. Can he hold them off? I think Toxic might be a bit cautious coming up to Ren at turn 2 here. He doesn't want to.
Oh no,
Ren's really getting sideways.
He's up alongside. The squeeze is real.
He made a few laps ago. Oh, and Ren's run him a little bit wide there. Keeping the place by force as Perilla now dives up the inside too.
Oh, Perilla really capitalising. I thought he was going to try and make the most. Are they 3 wide?
Ultra aggressive defending from Ren. Who's going to break last again? I think it's going to be Perilla today.
This is great shots coming in there. Such a shame for Patrizi earlier on. I think he thought it was all his to take, and he was just unlucky to get caught up with Iwas. And Iwas obviously unlucky to spin it in the first place, but such a tricky car.
I will say, since getting past, Ren is sticking to the back of Perilla. He's not driven away just yet, so that fight could not be over. And Toxic is still giving it everything trying to get past Ren, but he's defending super hard today. I know he's a big fan of this combo.
Well, it was him that picked this.
I know, well, he's actually done stewarding at Oulton Park, and I think one of the things he stewarded was the Super Beetle, so this is a combo very dear to his heart.
And he won't be allowed to steward his own event, so... It's Toxic again, still pushing really, really hard onto the back. I think he might get him into turn 1 this time, but Ren's not going to make it easy, and he's probably
just carrying the speed. He's now got the inside line to turn 2. I think Ren is still going to hold him off. This is a defensive masterclass from Ren. Once again, forcing Toxic to take the outside line, and again, it's just putting him too close to the grass. You're off throttle the whole time there if you run wide, and Ren's just keeping the place.
Oh, wow.
Patrizi is now coming into the mix as well.
That was really brave from Toxic, keeping the boot in over the grass. That could have gone wrong so quickly.
Then going into the hairpin, Toxic might have a look, but Ren has taken the inside again. Really good defensive driving.
Well, Patrizi's trying to just get that extra drive out the corner.
It's
just looked like he
got
got
the tail out through the corner. And he gets on the power. I love it.
just a little squiggle. This seems to be where... Oh, and is he going to get past him at Hilltop?
Ren still has the inside line. A lot of right turns here at Oulton Park. And again, he does. Just fantastic defensive driving.
Look at this slide from Toxic.
Oversteer moment with Red Serpent jumping over the curbs behind him. This is a fantastic group of cars here.
Perilla just disappearing off into the distance with his podium.
Red's having a defense so hard to keep Toxic behind him. I know from experience how hard that is and how futile it often is trying to keep him behind you.
That's it. You've also got Red Serpent also managing to kind of get onto the back of this as well.
Ren's doing such a good job just holding the inside line solo. Toxic's now taking the outside line, which is a bit preferable through T1. If you can run onto that grass kind of exit on the outside, you can carry a bit extra speed there. I think that's what's going to happen this time.
Close.
Really on the limit of that grass. You can extend that grass as much as you like there, but once you get past the AstroTurf, it's really slippery. And I think Toxic will now confirm the place as Ren goes a bit too deep into turn
Yeah.
2.
I think Patrizi might get by him as well.
But Toxic's running on the grass and exit, so it could not be over just yet. Again, these guys are still stacked together.
Wow, this is just ridiculous.
Oh, Toxic's on the grass.
Oh no,
and he's gonna
Toxic's
lose the
had
car.
a big spin.
I think
Patrizi
Patrizi just avoids a
Yeah.
repeat of what happened earlier with Iris, and Ren is now back up into 4th place.
What a shame for Toxic.
He was really being tested to his limit there by Ren. He was defending so hard and giving him absolutely nothing to work with.
I think he just managed to relax, and then as soon as he relaxed, they just forgot about.
That's
They
what
forgot
happens.
his
You take your
braking
mind off
points.
it. You've got to drive this car really aware because your tyres will get cold, especially if you're battling and you're not kind of taking the optimum lines. The tyre heat goes, then you just understeer off.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. We've got a little bit of a battle going on further back for 11th. Bogdan's within half a second of Mako, and Alan Druptex are together, kind of together, about half a second, but this seems to be the closest battle at the moment. Ren just loving his camera time.
Absolutely. But it's his first weekly race for quite some time. And it's always great to have him back. I know he's very busy with uni. So I know he always puts on a good show whenever he races.
Well, definitely that. Managing to form a train as well, but there's still, I don't know if the guys behind are catching up or if there is still a gap there. I think Patrizi will be trying to just squeeze an angle at some point. You can just see where he's just trying to get a little bit better drive out the corners, maybe taking things a little bit wider than what he would normally, but it just doesn't seem to be enough to quite catch up.
I will say the gap to the lead between Dario and Hawkworth is pretty consistent. It was under a second for a lap or two, but it's remained pretty consistent about 1.3 seconds the last 2 or 3 laps. So Hawkworth's going to have to dig deep if he wants to catch Dario in the time remaining.
They were driving so well the first race. It was getting within half a second in the first race now and again, but they just managed to just keep that gap. Just really, really incredible stuff. Looking a lot tidier through there, just as I see that Red Serpent off onto the grass a little bit, but managing to keep it together.
Yeah, nice to see Red Serpent back in charge. He hasn't been in for a couple of months and doing really good on his return.
Oh, and a squeeze from Patrizi. He might be able to get a run into Lodge Corner, but it's going to be tight. He might back out. Oh no, he's not backing out. He is sending it.
Luckily, Ren holds out with everything he's got, and again, he has that outside line going into turn 1, which will allow him to take the grass and just carry that extra speed.
And Patrizi not lifting off, still up the inside, and a squeeze.
Oh, they touch in their rounds. Patrizi's round. I think Patrizi just overcooked it a little bit there. It certainly looked like he drifted into Ren.
Yeah. Oh. Ren just managing to position his car just perfectly for the defence. But is that a Mr. Toxic that we see again?
He's back for round 3 with Ren, unfortunately. I think about how many lives Ren's Beetle has inadvertently claimed today with his absolute stonewall defending.
This is unbelievable. Just about 2 minutes left to go in this race. This has been ridiculous.
I'll tell you what, it was definitely a fun event to come back to again. I haven't driven in the weeklies for about 3 weeks, I think, and I want to drive next week. I'm actually going to practice this time. I don't like spinning at the back. I want to be back at the front.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get things sorted out. I don't
Speaking
know.
of up the front, Hawkworth's taken a couple tenths out of Dario, so maybe we might see a final lap push coming up.
Hopefully. We'll switch over to them for the final lap anyway. As they are just kind of going over the line.
Yeah, Hawkworth took 4 tenths out of Dario on that last lap, so the time's now if he wants to go for it. They're probably going to get maybe 1 or 2 more laps left.
Taking a big bite out of him, actually.
Yeah, that gap is coming down. Let's see where they are on the track. So I think we might get 1 extra lap out of these guys after the one they're on. So if Hawkworth can just put it together, he might get a move done. It would have to be super last minute.
Yeah.
Die moment.
The thing is though, like as we've seen, there's so many places where they can just make the slightest mistakes. But to be fair, these guys out front have been absolutely on it all this evening. So it's a bit of a shame that we don't actually have another split.
I know. Well, it was nice having all the drivers together at once. It wasn't that
Yeah.
popular combo this week. A lot of good racing going on the set course this week, so everyone's pretty busy. Although Ren and Toxic are still side by side right now, and Ren is still giving it everything he's got to hold Toxic
I'm
off.
going to have a wee switch back quickly before the end as they're coming up to Hilltop.
Oh, they are side by side right now.
Ren's still got the inside into Knickerbrook. And he's still going to keep his car there.
Oh, that's a really deep dig on the brakes there and gets in touch with Toxic. That was just about legal, but Ren keeping that 4th place.
Right, okay, so the leaders are just coming up to the finish line now.
It's the final lap.
And that is going to be Dario for the win. Followed very closely by Hawkworth. And Perilla having a great drive to come up into 3rd position. Oh, as we lose control.
Toxic and Ren are still going at it to the line. Toxic's almost got a run on Ren here, but I think Ren's just going to keep 4th. They're almost going to be side by side here.
Toxic in 5th. Yeah, Ren.
Ooh, barely a car length.
Oh, this has been an incredible race.
And everyone piles into the barriers in turn 1.
As is tradition.
Hopefully no one's running direct drive wins today who was involved in that, because
I know.
pretty painful. We should really stop doing that. So, people still racing. Stefan is a little bit close to Boz, but Boz is going to keep his 13th place. Other than that, Time Lord Spyro and Khan are trading places. I think Khan's just fallen off on the last lap. That's a shame.
Oh, Shiny Waffles coming over in 16th. And then just a little bit further back will be Time Lord Spyro. To actually, do you know what? We'll jump on with him. Watch him crossing the line as he just pops over there. Then followed closely by Khan in 18th. And then we had the drop from Iwis. So, I don't know about you guys, but I am absolutely knackered from watching and commentating. James, I'm absolutely glad that you joined me for some commentary as well. Managed to get my breath back. That's all right. Honestly, don't worry about it. It's been absolutely fantastic. Cheers, Gavino, for the comments. Yeah, I was just seeing the message about what a mess. It was a little bit chaotic coming into the Shell Oils corner. Such a Patrizi's not had much luck over the last wee while, but it did look like that was a genuine accident, that one. So hopefully things will be good. We'll have a quick look as well if we can grab somebody for a quick interview.
I'll dip in and see.
But we'll just do a couple and then we'll move on. We've also, as said, we've got a couple of guys that are racing in the Arcus event at Portimao. So what we'll do at the end of the stream, if you're still here, we'll actually pop whoever's left in the chat over to the Arcus event so you guys can watch the end of that. I don't know how much longer is left to go in that one.
1 hour 33 minutes.
Oh, there you go. So it's up to you. You can put it on in the background if you want. But like I said, it's just to show support for obviously our charged members and also for Arcus and Cheesy, who seem to be doing a great
multitude
job.
Of communities in AC who put on amazing racing every week.
Yeah.
I will say there were no one wanted to interview. Everyone was a bit counter this week. So, but yeah, currently charged favourites DK and Ebest are still leading the GT3 class with Team Dave. They've got a 40-second lead over second place, so it's looking really good for them.
Perfect. So, if that's the case, then we're going to try this raid stuff and we'll see what happens. So if you do end up there, or if you end up in the Nether, then, you know, hopefully it'll work. What do we do? No, we don't. We do that. God, now I feel like a right old person trying to do this. Is that a space? I don't know. That should work. Right, okay, this has been Tommy Ball, and thankfully joined by James. We
Hello.
shall see you all next time.
Bye-bye, Twitch. Thank you.
Oh, that didn't work.
Oh, well.
Right, we'll try it again. It did come up with something. Ah! Ah, it's just saying unrecognized command. Ah, I'm trying so hard. Have you got access to the Twitch dashboard?
I do, but I have no idea how it works. Sorry.
Right, okay. What we'll do is we're going to turn off the sound, and if this works, then you'll get transferred over to Arcus. And if not, then the stream will just end. But thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.